Hello EPH team. Thought I'd put a little video together about the gas and fuel that we use inside the snow blowers and lawnmowers that we use. Talk about the different kinds of engines that we're working with, and then the mixing of those, the right additives so that the engines continue to work and work well. So first of all, I'd like to talk about gas. So we want to always use fresh gas. I know that's not always possible. Fresh gas would be anything that's maybe 3 to 4 months old, and that's probably not totally practical, but at some point it needs to go and can't be used in machines. And if we say, well, we'll just use it up, it really is not good for the machines. And so here's an example of old gas. It's got a really dark yellow tinged or orange and yellow tinge to it, as compared to this fresh gas, which you can see is much clearer. And then right next to it is it looks almost bluish to me, blue-green, and that's got oil mixed into it, and it should, because it's a different kind of fuel that we use, and it's got some oil already mixed into the gas. So if you run into gas that starts to look like this yellow on the left, I would suggest that we pull that and then put it into some container like this. Now this is not peanut oil in here. This is actually gas that I put in from the machine that was in here, that this gas was in. And I'll take this to the Brown County Hazardous Waste. They will take this product along with all other solvents and oils and things like that. You don't want to take it in your gas can because they will not transfer it. So you want to take it in something that you can hand to them. They will take and then dispose of the whole thing. So here's an example why we don't want to use old gas. So here's a carburetor that I just repaired or took apart. You can see the carburetor has got a lot of yellowing and actually orangey colored stuff on it as compared to a brand new carburetor. And you can't see it really clear, but there's little holes and little jets where the gas has to flow through it. And if they get gummed up with this varnishy kind of stuff that's actually in the old gas, well, then it won't work. And so when you start trying to use it, gas won't flow, and obviously it won't start in your engine. So you want to use good fresh gas. And so when you go to the pump, here's what you want to start to look for. It says no ethanol added. And it's a higher octane usually. Sometimes it's like down to even 85, but the key is to get the no ethanol. You can use the 10% or whatever lower grades in these machines, but it'll eventually start to look like this. So if we all work together and try to prevent that by using the higher octane and getting the no ethanol gas is best. Now I want to talk a little bit about safety, and you probably all know this, but if you're around gas and fuel, you want to wear eye protection. These nitrile gloves are great. You can use other gloves as well, but they are really the best that I've found. If you do get gas in your eye or splashes up, rinse it for like 15 minutes and make sure you get any gas out of your eye. And then also you may want to make sure you know where the fire extinguisher is. If you smell gas in any of our sites, that's a cause for alarm. You should not smell gas from a gas can or from a lawnmower or a snowblower. If you smell that, let others know about it, because that is a concern that needs to be addressed. And I really like these new gas cans. They have got good solid seals on them, and they're easy to use for the user, and they just are really a good size for all the machines that we have. So when we start talking about now fuel, then we want to make sure that we know what machine we're using. So the machines on the EPH site should all now, or a lot of them have a tag like this, and it'll say 4-cycle or 2-cycle on it. They should also have that on the outside of the machine if you look for it. The 4-cycle engines use only gas in the gas tank. You don't use any other oil or additives. For the gas, use premium, the no ethanol gas, like we had said over here, just straight into the gas can, and then into the machine. Now, the other thing I didn't mention is you want to make sure that the gas can is labeled so you or others know what you put in there. So this obviously is not straight gas, it's 40 to 1. In our 2-cycle engines in EPH, we have there's some that take 50 to 1, some that take 40 to 1, and some that take 32 to 1. 32 to 1 is mostly in the lawn boys, in the lawn mowers. It's not usually a summer or snow blower issue at this ratio. So for a two-cycle engine, the 50 to 1, you want to take 2.6 ounces of oil and mix it in 1 gallon of gas. So Toro makes a little handy container like this, and you can pour this into your tank of gas, and then take it to the gas station and fill it up to 1 gallon, mix it up a little bit, and you're good to go. And the same thing though, you want to use the no ethanol high octane gas. For the 40 to 1, you would use a very similar procedure, except you use 3.2 ounces per 1 gallon, and then the 32 to 1, you use the 4 ounces per gallon. There are some products out there that are already mixed up and ready to go, and are actually a higher quality gas than what you get in the gas station, and this is called True Fuel. I've used this in some of the machines just to kind of clean them out. This product is also good for storing. So you would empty out all the old gas and pour this in, and then the machine will store a lot easier or much better over a long period of time, say for summer or for winter. It also comes pre-mixed in the 40 to 1, so it's kind of handy. You can just go to the store, buy it, and pour it in. I do not recommend this though for general use because it's a lot more expensive. Then also there's a product called Stable that you can add to your gas, and you can add it to the 4-cycle or the 2-cycle, and it's just a fuel stabilizer, and it keeps the gas from getting back to the old gas look. It'll help it stay fresh for a longer period of time. So I hope that answered some of your questions, and look forward to your comments.